Hey guys, my name is Jeremy. I'm here to demonstrate a one of the um, project I'm doing right now. I'm a front engineer. Today our goal is to create something like this from Amazon slider with API request and pagination. The API we're gonna use is called a openlibrary.org. Feel free to search it, just double check. There's HTML and CSS. I'm not gonna go over those, and they will be in the description. Feel free to check it out. If you do have any question about it, let me know. But everything else should be fine. Starting with the function, I'm gonna do a closure function, and for personal preferences, I'm just trying to practice how to create a new object by using new, and to save some time, so I don't have to coming back. With this function, we will save a initial page as we will have a page as initial parameters. This is more like constructor, I would say, and then a query, just in case we meant to change this in the future. The Lord of Rim. And with this, I'm gonna return a function, bucket books, where every time we call this function, we're just getting the page, next page of the book. So we don't have to memorize the current page in the global value, um, the global scope. So the books, synchronize function. If you don't know a synchronize function, please double check on Google. You should be familiar with. Every time I'm calling this function, I'm gonna update the current page, so it will always be next page, because we don't send out any requests to previous page. You can see, Amazon's not doing that, and you shouldn't do that too, because we already have the data. All you have to do is store in the array, um, so you don't have to send another request. If we don't have, you see like this, if we don't have this data, then we send a request to save some time. There we go. Within this request, I'm gonna update the current page, and I'm gonna return a fetch function. Fetch is one of the API request function. There's Axios, there's XHTTP stuff. Um, I just like to use fetch, so to me it's more easier. And within this request, it takes two parameters. One of the queue, which is the query, um, and another one is the page. I'm gonna give this current page. Wait back. And after the request, we're gonna get the data, return us data.json, and then here's the real data. Remember to catch any error, but in this tutorial, I'm not gonna catch any error because it's not one of the problems. Okay, but this, all the way top, we're gonna have a book's request, book. I don't know. I should have named my function better, but it's okay. And then I'm gonna get all the books from book request. Okay, let's see what I have. I guess there's something I didn't do. Yep. Okay. I got all the stuff in here. Books. Request is not function. Oh, I'm gonna fix that. Okay, here we go. So we have all the data, and there's the docs. There's a total of 100 of it. Um, I don't think. I think there's a total of 471, 571, and we start with 100. Um, within this functions, give me a sec. We can return this data.docs. Oh, so the book will always have 100 books. Um, the only reason I'm doing this is because if you see, I'm calling again. Oops. So they will call multiple functions. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess this will need one more. 71. There we go. And then if you call one more time, you will have empty array, which there's no more data anymore. But normally in the 71, the backend should tell you if there's more data coming soon. So you don't have to keep searching for it, and you can just stop at 71. But for this purposes, I don't really have a good mockup API yet, so I'm just gonna do it like this. So after all this, we got our data, and every time we run this data, it will always render next page stuff. We'll have to determine whether or not how we're gonna put these inside the DOM. I'm gonna create a function called updating the DOM. This function, I'm gonna create a cursor and document. Normally I was just using query selector, but this time I'm gonna do query selector at all because we have 5 of it. 2, 3, 4, 5. If in your job they require to have 6, just do 6. It doesn't matter. Within this function, we're able to get all the child data from subject. And we can update the DOM using for each. And we got the node, the index. The reason we need index, I will let you guys know later. For now, just hang there. No smell equal to. I'm not, because I'm a React user. I'm not really a big fan of create element, thing like that. But anyway, to me, this to me sounds more easier. Look at the book. This is the books with. The reason I leave here is because we need to have a trackers to track what is the current position. Like if we're shifting back, we always need to know what's the current location right now. So over here, I'm gonna create a current tracker where it's a 0. And we're asking to set up a max display 5. We're gonna need to use all these later. So we're taking a note in there now. It's gonna show current tracker plus index. If we also need to check if Flux has this location. It does. If it doesn't, it's gonna give empty stuff. You guys might wonder why do I have this? Just think about this. Every time we're rendering, you can think of as like for now this current tracker is 0, and the index will be from 1 to 4, right? So in the bugs, we will always have getting the data from 0 to 4. I mean 0 here. If we increase current tracker when we're shifting or sliding, for example, we increase to 5, and the index is still 0 to 4, then we will have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good idea. So this is the second page. And the third page, we'll have 10, 0 to 4. Data will be 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. We will always have 5, more or less. When going back, going previous, we're gonna minus 5. So it will be back to here and here. The reason I have no inner HTML to null is because just in case the data is 71 and that 1 is the last one and there could be 4 more. I'm just giving there could be 4 more on the page. Normally I could remove those, but that's really easy to do, so I'm not gonna do it here. So we have of this 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Let's make it bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Send that. This is not mobile friendly, so we could do it next time. I'm just too lazy today. So we have the updating of the DOM, and what we next do is handling the movement. In here we have 2 buttons called next button and previous button. Just gonna create a function called register function button. Okay. And then within these buttons, we will have next button, and a preview button. We will have to add a event listener We can't adding unclick function here, but I don't think that's a secure way to approach. Adding event listener in the back would be better. Within this event, for next button, the first we do is we get the current tracker location and we plus the maximum display. That means how many items we need to jump, right? So first time we display 5 plus 5, then we're gonna jump to index 5. From there, we're gonna go from 10. I think you get the idea. If parent tracker is greater than or equal to book the length, that means we have we that means on the next click, on the next click, we need to send another API request to get what we need, right? Because if the tracker position, for example, if there's a total of 20, it goes to 20, then we need to send another API and ask the backend if we have more data coming back from the pagination. And then we're just gonna do a curl book way books request. After I get the book, if current book length equal to 0, that means there's no more next prediction. We just have to tracker minus the max display. And then we can update the DOM and return. Normally, what would you do in here if there's no next? Just disable the next button. I'm not gonna do it here, just because the slider is more important. We're gonna update the book. With book. The reason I'm checking this, um, and do all that is because of the request. Normally, if there's like if it has next or more, I'm probably gonna return data as that has more than that. So I know if there's more or not. For that, we can update the DOM. Yeah, you don't have to do this over here at all. Just disable the button. It'll be fine. So, or else, we're just gonna update the DOM. The reason we're updating here is because we have, for example, we have 100 books. We're on 5. All we have to do is just increment the current tracker and we render the DOM, and we're able to get the data. Let's see. Oh, this type error cannot be property of null reading have one listener. Line 48. 48. Event listener. Property. I guess not next, but oh, you have to be careful with the dots. But it's for now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This. Then we click it. This, we are sliding, 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 sliding. Then the next part is gonna be the previous button. It's almost identical. For this part, it will be pretty straightforward. All I have to check if value is 0. So if the current tracker 0, you just want to return. Otherwise, you want to jump back and updating the DOM. Okay. So we got API. You know what? I think heads get frustrated. I'm gonna make that a change. And that to make better see. Okay. There's one issue we have right now is when we're loading it. For example, it's really slow. We will have a empty time where the user or the client, whoever using it, doesn't know where we're doing because it's empty screen. So, for example, I'm giving a fast 3G fresh. As you here, it's empty. They don't know what to do, and then the data popping out. And we collect, more than 100, which is a phrase there, which is not cool. I already did this in a separate file, so I don't have to repeat myself again. It's basically the same thing. Just up with a loader from NASA. Every time we're gonna call this API, let's do it here. Okay. You see this? Click. You see a loader. And then after loading it, and pop up data. Here's back. Next. Let's try to get to the end. I think there's two more things. I mean, the code itself is not perfect, so there's definitely some place I need to learn more. And here, we head to the end. All these little brackets. In the comment here, just disable the next button. You don't have to update in the form and update this. Like you can just set up a global value to determine if the pagination reaches the end. If yes, then you don't have to call this function at all. Here's all the previous. There's no API request any, and we're able to get all data. Alright, thanks for watching. I helped you a little bit. I know I'm not perfect with explanation, but I hope this can help you a little, at least. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you know how they do this, when they sliding, oh, man, when they sliding, you see the little animation, like phew. Please let me know. I'm still wondering how they're doing this. Alright, cool. Next time, I'm probably gonna do a infinity scroll down. If you feel like this is helpful, please let me know. Alright, guys.